Welcome, everyone, to the Week 10 series of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host, Sean Gannon, alongside my partner, Jack McNicholas. We're here to bring you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If you had not had the chance, go check out our website at justsayingfootball.com and follow us on Instagram at justsayingnogwjs for article and video updates. Thursday night football kicks up with an AFC South showdown with the Indianapolis Colts heading off to Tennessee to face on the Titans. Jack, run us through that one.
Yeah, the first place in the AFC South is on the line. We got two teams, the Colts and the Titans here, that are right now playing fantastic on offense for the Titans with Derrick Henry. We've been talking about it all year, just ground and pound. A.J. Brown looks great. Corey Davis looks great. Ryan Tannehill playing off the charts. But on the other hand, Phillip Rivers, he's really been relying on his committee of running backs to get it done right now, especially Nyheim Hines in the passing game. Jonathan Taylor, we've seen tear it up in the running game. And, I'm excited for this one. I think that this is going to be one of those Thursday night matchups we really anticipate. There's divisional impacts here, and it should be a huge defensive showing for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, divisional games are always ones to watch, especially this one. Winner of this one is going to be either a firm first place with the Titans at a 6-2 record, or right underneath the Colts having lost the division matchup, and they're both going to be sitting at a 6-3 record. It's a really, really good one we got going down. You're speaking to this offense a lot with A.J. Brown. Also, let's not forget Jonnu Smith and Corey Davis, who are having really, really good season this year. I think the highlight here is going to be that offense of the Titans against this great Colts defense. Yeah. We're looking at what they've done. They're the best in total yards replaced in first. They're third in points allowed at only 20 points per game. They're third in both pass yards at 206 and rush yards at 83. This is what you want to see. We saw the Titans struggle last week against a really, really good Bears defense. The Bears are absolutely shutting them down with what they wanted to do. They could not seem to get the ball running with Derrick Henry, only 21 attempts for 68 yards. That's just hovering above 3 yards per carry. It's not what you see or want to see from the King.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you mentioned right there, that Titans offense is we've been saying it's a huge factor in the Colts defense. As you mentioned, they're top as they've been, top 5 in all major categories on defense this year, despite losing people. And it comes from everywhere right now. We're looking at Xavier Rhodes, your former Viking, coming back and playing well this year, and with that, we're seeing this Frank Reich team really build the philosophy of good defense and ground and pound. Phillip Rivers is game managing this, but it's very interesting when you look at, how many different people they have rushing the passer right now. Danico Autry right now leading the team with 5 sacks. Justin Houston, who's led the league in sacks in the past, right now he has 3.5. DeForest Buckner, who they're paying a lot of money, has 2.5 right now, but he is coming in from that defensive tackle position. These guys are really going to be a factor in stopping Derrick Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the name of this game when you're looking at Henry in the backfield. It's how do you stop him? How do you bring him down? How do you slow him down? How is that possible? And they're going to have to replicate what the Bears did, which is load up the box, get after him, get behind the line of scrimmage. Obviously, when you have Khalil Mack for the Bears, it's really, really easy to do. So you need these guys who have been stepping up all season to continue to do that. And on the flip, like you said, with a secondary, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith, Ryan Tannehill is a great thrower. He has been great. The offseason signing of him was a really, really smart move by the Titans. He took them to the AFC Championship last year. Surprisingly, they beat the Patriots. They beat the Ravens. It was great. It was smart to resign. He was having a good season, 19-3 in the touchdown interception ratio, over almost 2,000 yards, over 65% of his passes completed. This is what you want to see. And he's able to get it done running the ball. This offense is going to need to find its rhythm a little bit more this week, I think, up against the Colts defense. And on the flip, if you're the Colts offense, you can't turn the ball over. Phillip Rivers had a pick. The fumble from Jonathan Taylor was crucial, leading to 7 points for the Ravens. You got to keep the turnovers to a minimum. You can't have any this week. If you're Frank Reich, that's what you're telling your team. No turnovers this week. We're going to go and play a really nice, clean game against the Titans.
Yeah, and the last thing that we have, one of the main things that we've seen, but one of the last things we want for this team is Phillip Rivers to have those yips that he gets at the end of games where he's just gunslinging, and we've seen that happen throughout this season, where we've seen him just try to, step up and just take a chance. And, a lot of the times with the veteran QBs, they know not to take those chances. They know to build the drive. Like you mentioned, the Jonathan Taylor fumble, you can't do that against a team like the Ravens that, hold the clock, but this is going to be a real battle. And the Titans, after them making a playoff run last year, the Colts, after what they went through last year, changing and a lot of different, moves this offseason, these are two teams that we had on our website in the summer that were teams to watch. And the reason is that for different reasons. The Colts we need to see them as a great franchise come back. And for you and for me, the Titans, when we're saying, hey, look at these guys. They're not just Derrick Henry. They're able to do everything. Look at how Ryan Tannehill played the last 10 games of the season last year, how he's played the first 8 games of this year. He has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's a great addition for this team. And I think what's really important when you're looking at this is what they overcame this 2-game skid against a really good defense. They got to do that again. And you're absolutely right with Phillip Rivers. We don't want to see him gunslinging towards the end of the game. That's not something you really want to see. It's not super pretty. And also, one thing I want to highlight, T.Y. Hilton does not have a touchdown on the year. This is super weird. It's not been his season. I don't know if it's him and Phillip Rivers. Maybe it's a little bit have to doing with age now. Injuries all catching up. But they just don't seem to be on the same page. It's more of the Zach Pascal show and the Pittman one. And it's not really T.Y. Hilton. Is he going to finally get in the end zone against the Titans, or are we going to wait another week before he finally gets in there?
I don't think that he gets in this week. And usually I have been saying all season that I truly do believe that he's going to get it. But like I mentioned multiple times this year, a good statistic to watch with T.Y. Hilton fantasy-wise, that's why he's not really owned in too many leagues right now, because of the fact that he hasn't had over 82 receiving yards in a game since Andrew Luck was his quarterback. And it's continued this year. It's been tough for him. Him and Phillip Rivers have looked like they're on the same page, but it's minimal work. I want to see him get a lot of production, but I don't believe he'll get in the end zone this week.
It's upsetting. I don't think he will either. It just doesn't seem like that's how they're going to operate, where he's kind of the one. It doesn't seem like it is that week, that's how it is anymore. It seems like any given week there's a new wide receiver one or a new favorite that Rivers has. So I think absolutely he doesn't get in the end zone. Who are you going to take?
This week, I'm going to go with the Colts. I think that they need to just prove against a good team like the Titans that they are contenders. We've seen them continue to improve. We've seen them win games with comebacks. We've seen them, even though Phillip Rivers has struggled, we've seen this team overcome things. And, they have just been able to fill all of the holes that we saw last year in that defense with people that have just been able to completely overperform. And I want to see this run game in. I really want to see Nyheim Hines get his passing numbers up. He's been fantastic in the passing game, a real security blanket. Jonathan Taylor, I want to see less mistakes. I want to see over 100 yards rushing from him. If they're going to control this clock, they got to keep it out of Derrick Henry's hands. And I think that Colts defense is the defense to do it.
I like it. I'm going to go opposite of you. We mentioned him. We talked about him. Didn't have a great game last week, but he's going to have a great game this week. The offense runs through my man, Derrick Henry. The king is going to be back. We said, didn't run great against the Bears. That is going to change, even though the Colts have a great defense. I expect over 100 yards. And I expect at least 2 touchdowns. Enjoy the Thursday night matchup. That is all we have. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Shawn's wearing 2 of the rushing title king racers right now at the same time. Still wearing that Dalvin jersey until the Vikings lose, because they are on a hot streak right now. And we're going to have those games ready for you on Sunday morning. Thank you for watching. Check it out, YouTube, Just Saying Football, justsayingfootball.com, and on Instagram for all your Instagram updates, articles, and videos. Just Saying No GWJS. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.